So if your interest is to fit a model, you want to predict outcome, whether it's binary, multinomial, or ordinal, it's logistic regression. There is binary logistic regression, we have the ordinal logistic, and so on and so forth. We have the multinomial. So that also has to do with the kind of data you are working with, your objective. What question are you trying to answer? Is your data normally distributed or not? Is it a randomly collected data, and so on and so forth. So I also have this table here to help us in. So I'm going to share these slides with us, still talking about the choice of statistics. So this table would also, you can see the first one here is saying if you are interested in difference between two groups, that is, you have one qualitative versus one quantitative, you do two tests, and t-test is for two levels. I explained that earlier. And if your interest is still yes, you want to do two groups, one qualitative versus one quantitative, but that your qualitative has more than two groups, you want to talk about analysis of variance, so and so on and so forth. I've explained that also. So what are the practical tips here? Number one, always check data normality before applying any test at all. So there is what we call parametric test. There is a group of statistical tests that are grouped under parametric, and it's simply, if your data is normally distributed, you consider a parametric test, and if it is not, you consider a non-parametric test. For instance, for a small or non-normal samples, you want to consider a non-parametric test. So depending on which, so each we're still going to talk about the non-parametric equivalence of parametric tests when we get there. So simply put, each parametric test has its non-parametric test. For instance, now if your let's go here. So if your normal data is saying you should use t-tests, what now happens when the data you have is not normal? That means you cannot use t-test. It has violated the assumption of t-test. So then you want to move on to the non-parametric equivalence of t-test. So that we also get to. So in summary, level of measurement guide you in the choice of statistics that you present.